Mike, turn your games down.
We're doing a movie episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who else is standing by me tonight?
My name is Tiffany Albertin, and that's all I got.
I am Phoebe Stanton. It was the summer of 59.
I'm Sierra Jones, and I don't know what else to say. Sorry.
You can say lollipop, lollipop, ooh, a lollipop.
Lollipop, 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 boom, 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 boom.
Sweeter than a key honest. Oh, we're not going on, sorry.
You're welcome to. I don't know the song enough to keep going, but we are here to talk about a movie that was a Patreon voted poll. In our Patreon voted poll, we had a tie, and you guys chose for us to cover Stand By Me, directed by Rob Reiner. Apparently, I don't know how to read, but no. And came out in 1986, distributed by Columbia.
Ooh.
So I always start these with our memories of these movies of an item. Never seen this movie before, even though I've been told by multiple people I should watch it.
I don't know how you haven't yet.
I know, right?
I don't either, to be honest, because
it's like a class.
I'm pretty sure I bought this on DVD also with the intention to watch it at one point, like over 15 years ago.
It's such a classic. So good.
And Tiffany, what is your history with it?
Saw with my dad, but I really can't recall. I just remember. I feel like I've always known it.
You remember stuff? Like you were calling a few things out before they happened.
Yeah, I remember it. I just don't remember how I saw it. Because when did it come out?
86.
I would definitely want to see it.
No, in the year before I was alive.
T was my first movie in the theaters.
Okay. And Phoebe, what is your history?
So I've seen this movie once. It should have been twice. I even had to text my mom earlier to try and remember the full story. We had the ex-friend's sister over, and she was going to show us this movie, and I was like, ugh, I like Stephen King, but this isn't horror. I'm going to bed, because I was a stupid child.
As all children do, in a way.
Yeah, my mom even, texted me right after this a list and says that there's a bunch of movies from her generation that everybody needs to watch, and this is one of them.
I think that's fair. And
Sierra. It's a pretty
good
list.
I am curious now. You should send it to me. Or send it in the Discord. People can join the Discord.
Now that it's my turn, I'm going to go off of that. Because she said the list of movies that you guys need to watch and have to watch, I very much appreciate my mom forcing me to watch what she grew up with. Oh, thank you, Mother, for torturing me. But these movies are great. My mom referenced it one day when we were making fun of how big she got. And we were, mean little kids, and I feel bad for it because now I know why she got big. She had us. And I'm a little there, but not that bad. My mom, she got a little big and stuff. We were making fun. She made the reference when we said boom, bada, boom. And we're like, what? And she forced us to watch the movie. And then ever since then, she regretted making us watch the movie. I've seen it so many times. It's a childhood classic for me.
Right? No, I can get why. I feel like if Mike would have saw this in the early 90s, Mike would have liked this movie. I was like these kids, running around with my friends. There was no smoking. Also, yeah. I forgot to look this up, but I was thinking the fact that, are they even allowed to have kids smoking movies anymore? I feel like that would make it, just not come out. But
I don't know. I'm going to assume no, just because if any show or movie nowadays would do it, be Stranger Things. And they don't do it there.
Oh, yeah.
I think the only older one that does it, he's 18 or 19, right? He's already technically an adult.
Yeah, so he can just buy them, but...
Pretty sure, right? The brother, doesn't he smoke in it?
I can't.
In the third season? Sorry.
No, it's fair. It's just, those seasons came out how they're supposed to. I would remember maybe, but... God, season 3 was 5-6 years ago, it feels like. I know I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not by much.
Yeah, it feels like forever. Nudge, nudge, not trying to get him to move it along or nothing.
The plot of this movie, I don't have Ken here, so we're going to give my version of a plot. 4 kids find out that there's a dead body somewhere, and they go on a trip for the whole weekend, which is going to change their lives, to go find a dead body. And they run into some bullies that I feel like I'm watching another movie that had these same two of these same actors in it going against each other.
Okay, so one of those kids was Corey Feldman, huh?
The ugly one, yes.
One of them, I was looking at him and going, why do I know this person? Oh, that's Jerry O'Connell.
Yes.
Right? He had a great glow up.
He did.
Yes.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton looks so young in this.
Well, I couldn't believe who he was later on because I didn't know that was him. I literally just right before this kind of looked up some stuff and found out, and I was like, what the because he plays in another movie that I absolutely love, Kangaroo Jack, and oh my god.
Right?
I did not put it together. It's one of my other favorite comedies. Dorky, just great.
I don't either.
What?
Never
Oh
heard of
god,
it.
it is River Phoenix. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's River Phoenix. It's one of his few movies that we got.
But I remember
Yeah.
that comment. We'll address it later.
Like, I knew he was in this movie. I knew who the cast was, even though I've never seen this film before. Like, because people have talked about this movie to me, I've seen the poster. When I used to work at Target, I used to read the backs of DVDs because I was bored. I worked in electronics. And I remember reading the back of this DVD. Like, I read tons of backs of DVDs at that time. Nothing else to do when you work till 9 and you're just stuck there waiting till close.
I did that
maybe
when I
just
got
read.
grounded.
Oh. Start reading stuff.
I got grounded and I wasn't allowed to have anything in my room. And because I had just had DVDs in the closet, I didn't have a DVD player, so I just started reading the back of it. I was bored. I was grounded for over a month.
That's a long time.
I snuck out.
Oh, okay.
Did not.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that this movie is, we're going to use that word again that I used earlier, another episode, a period piece, where it's somebody from 1987 or 1986 looking back to 1959, which would be 1998, 99 for us if this came out today.
Yeah, don't. Why would you do that?
Yeah, because he just wants to make me feel old.
It's okay, honey.
Why must you make us suffer?
He always shows it in my face that he's 5 years younger than me.
I don't.
Yes, you do. I don't remember that. I wasn't born.
Okay.
That's a fact.
I'm not gonna lie, I do that to Mario. And I'm only like 2 years younger.
Wow. Yeah, but
We're all-
he's the husband. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
It doesn't help that like I barely bend down and my knees crack and I'm not even that old. It's just I had kids.
yeah, they'll do it to you.
Oh god. They take everything from you.
So I do want to say that we pretty much mentioned the cast, Will Wheaton, which, like, I can't, because Next Generation is 87, like, maybe it's been a while since I've seen season 1, but I feel like he looks a lot older from this to Next Gen.
Well, it was 89. Is it really
Was it 89?
87?
I didn't look this up. I'm just going off memory.
I mean, kids can literally grow 4 inches in a
I
year.
mean, look at Stranger Things. I mean, look how much they grow in between seasons, 1 year.
Yeah, no, Mike is right. It's 87.
Oh, God, yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
he grew up real fast.
Yeah. I mean, I'm wondering if this was filmed, like, maybe 85 or 84 even.
Filmed
I mean, sometimes
before,
that happens.
edited later.
I mean, sometimes movies are filmed, a decent amount ahead of time before they actually get published.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's just something I always think about with movies like with this. I mean, Corey Feldman looks different than what he did in Goonies when we watched that. That's 82. And he definitely looks a lot different than he does in Lost Boys, which I don't remember what year that is.
Let's see when this movie
Late
started development. 83 is when they started talking about it.
Okay.
And production started in spring of 86.
Oh, damn.
Oh no, days before shooting started in the summer of 85.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So it's a little here and there, but yeah, it was only like at most a year beforehand.
I guess kids grow up fast.
They do.
And then, Jerry O'Connell, which I don't know him in anything else as a kid actor. I just know him he was in the show Sliders.
I know him from Sliders, Kangaroo Jack, and I think he's Hal Jordan or Superman in one of the animated movies.
Oh, okay.
Mario also told me another one too, and I can't remember it anymore.
Just yell baby and see who answers.
The dog's going to be right in my face.
Oh yeah, he's Ransom on Lower Decks.
Oh, he's also Georgie in Big Bang Theory.
Oh my god, that is him!
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
He's only in like 1 or 2 episodes, but yes.
Yeah, he's not in it very much. But he did technically get his own spin-off, but it's just supposed to be younger Georgie.
Yeah, younger George. I need to watch that show. I know it came out, but I haven't seen it yet. But
There he is.
But
He
you still
is-
watch everything, it's good.
I like Big Bang Theory,
It's cute.
unfortunately. And Young Sheldon's great. I don't care what anyone says.
Jerry O'Connell is the voice of Superman from Throne of Atlantis all the way up until Apocalypse War.
Oh, that's not okay.
And he is a very good Superman.
He's the only one I didn't really know at all in this. I mean, River Phoenix, I don't know much because he unfortunately passed away very young. I just know him that he's in The Last Crusade. That's the only movie I've ever seen of his before this.
Is he young Indy?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
In the train scene in the beginning with the snakes and yeah. God, I love that movie.
I didn't remember what else.
Last
I'm
Crusade
like
is so
looking.
good.
Have I seen these? Oh, I've seen Obsessed. Who was he in Obsessed?
I have no
Well,
idea.
anyways. Okay.
I don't know anything other of his work. I'm looking it up now. Wait, he was 23 when he died. He's still pretty young. Yeah, I just never. I don't think he had that many movies. Should not be that hard to get. Okay, I've never seen Explorers. I've seen Mosquito Coast once, but I was like a kid. Yeah, and I never watched anything else of his. Yeah, I only know him from the one movie.
Love Kangaroo Jack. That's all I know.
Well, that's not River Phoenix.
No.
And then, yeah, I don't know much about the director.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. I'm not sure. I'm going to look up his movies now. I'm not. Oh, he did another movie that we're going to talk about soon, The Princess Bride.
Great movie.
Misery. I've seen that.
God, that movie.
Oh my god,
Wait,
Misery is fun.
is it? I haven't seen that one. I've heard so much about it, but never
Misery
seen
is,
that one.
I don't want to say a perfect movie, but it is a very, very good movie.
Well, and the worst part is that the person who plays in it too is one of my favorite actresses. So I'm kind of mad that I didn't watch it yet.
Oh,
so.
Kathy Bates?
Oh God, I love that woman.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, I've
Right?
only ever seen Misery before this of his movies. I've never seen anything else he's done.
Hey,
Yeah, that movie's tough. I need to watch it for the show someday.
Good luck.
I've done it before. I could watch it again. I watched worse things for this podcast than that movie.
True.
I just got done watching a really weird fucking movie, but that I'll talk about a different time. So, I mean, this movie has a pretty good cast. Also, has John Cusack for like a little bit more than that, but I was not expecting him when he shows up in this movie.
Yeah, and it's so weird now thinking back and going, oh, he's been in at least 3 Stephen King movies then.
This isn't everything at one point. I don't know. Phoebe, why don't you tell us?
What are the other ones?
The other ones are he is the main character in 1408, and he's the main character in the awful adaptation of Cell.
Oh,
the hell
that's
is-
what we were talking about. Yeah, that's right.
I've never seen either one of
Is
them.
that the J-Lo movie?
Which one?
Yeah, that's.
Cell.
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, let me check.
Yeah, I didn't like the game.
No.
It's come up on this podcast. But that's the movie. It has come up in conversations on the show.
It's zombie apocalypse via an electronic pulse
Oh,
going out through your
okay.
cell phone.
What the
And they
hell was
changed
that?
the ending and made it 1,000 times worse, where pretty much the last 15 minutes of the movie or so don't actually happen.
Oh,
Oh, just a dream.
Okay, so I have not seen that. He's also in the movie called The Raven.
Oh, that's the one where he plays Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
he's in a lot of freaking movies. Like, my God. At one point, I was trying to
he's
watch
in,
a lot of his work.
2012.
Yep.
Yeah, he's in
Seen that.
2012.
Oh my god, he is in that movie.
That
Ugh.
movie is.
Ugh.
Yeah. You don't need to. Because it wasn't good.
He's in Con Air.
Oh my god, what's the one with the record store?
High Fidelity?
High Fidelity is good.
Yeah, I'm looking right at it. High Fidelity. He's in Animation. What the? What?
Serendipity.
Oh, I forgot he's in Identity, and God, I love Identity.
Oh, I love Identity.
I should really watch that movie one day for this podcast.
Oh my God,
I've never seen it, so.
Mike, why?
We need to.
So many movies.
Hey, we did Serendipity of his movies on this podcast. Doesn't that count for something?
Yes,
No.
it does.
I just like that movie, okay? But I like it. We didn't do a Valentine's Day thing this year because I didn't want to. I had too much other stuff going on. All right. Yeah, I went through a phase. I was trying to watch a lot of his movies, but he has too many movies, so I stopped trying.
It's a lot, yeah.
He was just in everything at one point. I mean, he would just get a lot of work. Say Anything's good. I wouldn't mind seeing High Fidelity again, because I have not seen that in a very long time.
I should probably watch Better Off Dead at some point.
I might watch Identity after this now.
Do it.
I know. I'm just Googling if it's streaming anywhere.
Right. If I have to buy it, I will.
But one thing, I really did appreciate this movie, because for one part, this is a simple, I want to say simple-ish movie. I'm going to go with that. But I also, I really appreciate that it's very much a story of growing up. It's like they talk about it throughout this movie, how they're, this is Memorial Day weekend, so school's going to start, but they're going to be, what are they entering? Is it supposed to be essentially
They're
high
entering
school?
junior high, I think.
Okay. So,
They're they're gonna be in 7th or 8th grade, right?
okay. Yeah, that fits. I did dumb shit when I was this age too.
Didn't reference that they were 12 or 13.
They reference something, but it's this very much idea that you have this one last get together before you all kind of grow up. And I this movie really conveys it well.
Mm-hmm.
Better than I expected. And the whole idea of just like, they know, like, okay, they heard from the brother that this kid got killed by the train tracks. So they're going to walk all the way across these train tracks like a whole week.
Wait. You had to say exactly how he
For a whole
found out.
digging under his porch for
The pennies that he buried before
pennies.
and then could not find.
It is a funny idea, like that he's just underneath there, and then they don't pay any attention, and then they're just talking.
And then,
God, those guys are idiots.
here's the idea.
It's kind of an odd plot. Like, we can't tell the cops because we carjacked somebody, so we can't tell them why we're up there, why we saw the body. But like,
It really is
Eventually.
a simple little plot, but it goes so many different places because everybody has these types of stories of what they did from their childhood.
yes,
I very much have a lot kind of like this, except for not seeing a dead body. I did not see dead bodies. I'm just talking about going along train tracks and little lakes and stuff, just making it clear.
well, I did have one where somebody sacrificed geese for a satanic ritual in a cemetery.
Nice.
They did. We found dead geese. We found a board with candles on it. It was
The Ouija board?
There's no Ouija board, but it was a very odd experience. But yeah.
I mean, the most we did in my town was just go to the cemetery down, literally, that I live next to, just on Halloween. Got the crud out of us, but other than that, God.
I remember stuff like playing Manhunt and hiding underneath a person's porch, or
That's cool.
there was like a time we
did
played hide and seek in the Plymouth campgrounds, and I covered my entire body in clothing and just pretty much laid face up in a pile of poison ivy.
Oh.
Listen, I was covered. I was fine.
Oh.
Okay, I get what you mean now. That's why you covered
no one
yourself.
found you, huh?
Okay.
No, the closest thing to like anything that Mike said or whatever happened in this movie is my dad and I once went to the Brockton pits for like the old ATV grounds, and somebody had built a stage and there was just a pig head in a plastic bag on the stage. I'm pretty sure they just held a makeshift metal concert there at one point.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, people do weird shit. I did walk train tracks a lot. I did go in cemeteries at night a whole bunch. I did a lot of shit that I look back and going like, what the hell was I doing? I went in like storm sewers. That one I really questioned.
No, I've done that. I've done that. We've had big ones near my house. Huh?
I'm glad my son didn't learn the things that I did and try them because it made me happy. I'm like, I did some stupid shit.
He's kind of a fraidy cat.
That's fine.
To be fair, so I don't think he would do that.
But like, I can't even imagine being 12 years old and going away. Like, they're gone for the weekend. Like, to me, that's just crazy. I don't even want to do it now when I'm an adult.
Well, they did tell their parents they were going to stay at someone's house, and this person's going to stay at that person's house. I mean, it's not far-fetched. My daughter tried to do that just recently, but...
Yeah, I only did it like 8 or 9 years ago, so...
God.
And I do like the idea that it is a small town of like 1,300 people.
Not much to do.
Yeah. So, Phoebe, how many people live in your town?
Like, the town I was raised in or the one I'm currently in?
The one you're currently in. That big city.
1,000.
Hey, this movie, fictional town, has more than your town.
This is true, but it feels like this town.
Are people running around breaking mailboxes too?
No, I've never seen anybody do that. I do, however, find it really cute that in order to further cement that this is a Stephen King story, it is based in Castle Rock, and it is the only connection to anything.
I don't understand that reference.
Castle Rock is in a lot of his, like, short stories.
Oh, okay.
If you see Derry or Castle Rock, you can just instantly go, oh, this was written by Stephen King.
Is this supposed to be Maine area then?
It's always Maine.
Okay. Because is he from Maine then?
I don't think he's from Maine, but he lives in Bangor currently.
Okay. I mean, writers will write about what they know, too, to start at least.
Oh, yeah, no, he is from Maine.
That
so
makes sense.
All of his stuff is based in Maine, or a majority of it.
If I wrote stories, I would not base them in Minnesota. I'm telling you that.
You betcha. There'd be a lot of that, huh?
Don't you know?
California has too many things.
Minnesota.
The Noah from Minnesota. You write Minnesota on the page, it'd be Minnesota. It's just, this movie was really charming. Like, all four of these kid actors do a great job playing themselves, I'm pretty sure. Like, they all were very good. And I was, yeah, he just is who he is. I mean, a lot of times with actors in general, I mean, there are certain ones that are really good, but some just play themselves. It's just, that's what you want for that role.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
they play a character that they're known for, like, by themselves. But I don't know. I was impressed with this. I was also, this movie is only an hour and a half, and it doesn't overstay its welcome.
No.
It's never boring. I had a really good time watching this film.
Some parts you just kind of vibe with it a little bit too. Just stand by me. You'll be in trouble.
Yeah, I love Buddy Holly so much.
Oh yeah.
They have a Buddy. What's the Buddy Holly song in this, babe? She's a big Buddy Holly fan, so that's why.
Every day things are.
Oh yeah.
Every day.
Yeah, it's a good song. Hey, we actually went to the spot where his plane crashed.
Oh.
Because it's in Iowa, not that couple hours away from where I am currently, and we drove down there.
So there is stuff in Iowa.
A lot of cornfields and windmills. I drove from this. God, I forgot the city. I think it's Clearwater, Iowa, is the city where he played. Then he died, and we drove from there to Lamar, which was a 3-hour drive. I saw nothing but cornfield and windmills. It was so fucking boring.
You didn't see any children?
See any what?
Any children in the cornfields?
Yeah, no. And I was unfortunately not in the area where Field of Dreams is, because I would have went there, but it's in different Iowa.
Oh my! Wait, Field of Dreams, Iowa?
Yeah.
I was all for it, but he said
I did not.
It's in a different area than where we were.
I would have
a different
done
direction.
It.
Yes.
I would have been so jealous. Oh.
I'm trying to make a habit of traveling to things that are only a few hours away that I want to see. So
the world's giant wine.
Yes, I'm going to try to drive there later this year for some reason.
That
in Minnesota
is awesome.
So
isn't there like a song about it?
Yeah. I never got to see anything like that.
If you live in California, there's lots of stuff out there. Hey, remember Tombstone in Arizona, that city you drove through, and someone was very upset?
Oh, God, wait, that's right. Sorry, babe. I don't know if you heard me, but you'll hear me on this.
Yeah, see you. I'm like, damn it, Mike, why'd you bring that up?
I forgot about that only because my sister made it bad, but either way.
I mean, I'm with him. If I ever got a chance to go, if I was passing that city, I'd be stopping, because I don't care about the movie that much, but historical. Good movie, but historical.
There were so many places. I passed through one. I went and traveled from Maryland to Arizona with my grandmother, and we passed by Graceland, and that really killed me. I just wanted to go see it. It was just right there, just an hour out of the way, real quick, and we'll be back. No, it was nonstop driving.
Yeah, some people are like that with traveling. I'm not. I make lots of pit stops and like to see things and do stuff. One thing I want to say, like in this movie, like because early on, like I like how they don't completely plan. Like nobody brings any food. And I think that's also a very good point that fit a bunch of boys that they didn't plan well. And also reminded me of when there was one point when I was a kid, me and my buddy biked like hours. We biked. And we ended up like we didn't have any food, and I remember us like going in our pockets and finding like a couple dollar bills and things, and we bought. And then I sent them into Pick and Save, our grocery store, and I stayed with the bikes. And he came out with a bunch of donuts. He did. They were really good. They were called honeymooner donuts, I guess.
They be stocked up.
Yes.
I got my mom's leftover chicken and some mashed potatoes, and here's some soda pop.
But
meanwhile, these kids are like, I brought the comb so we weren't on TV. We can look good.
But later he loses it. So
yeah, and he's so distraught by it that he almost gets killed by a train.
Oh my God, his face as he watches it go down. He was just so sad.
Well, okay, I can understand why he was so upset because it was his one contribution, and even though he knew it was a dumb contribution, it was still his one contribution, and he even screwed that up.
One thing that I do like, this movie brings it up twice, but like you have it when he goes to the grocery store, general store, and you have it when they see the crazy guy at the junkyard. Like everybody knows their name, and I'm not used to that concept.
Chopper. I mean, sick balls.
But like, I guess that is a very much small town thing, is right, where everybody knows who everybody is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that idea. I don't want people to know who I am.
Neither do I.
Look, trust me, my mom has been in the papers in my town. Okay, I couldn't go anywhere without the cops stopping us, the gas station person knowing us, my teachers. Oh, hey, how's your mom doing? I'm just like, what is happening?
In paper for murder?
No, she got into the papers because my
it's a
mom
fair
was
question
like,
when you say the police stopped me. Like, makes sense. Like, yeah, I didn't kill the guy. She did. It's okay. So that's all. I was just wondering. Sorry, you were saying, Sarah?
Hold on, let me get my story straight. Okay. No, so my mom was mixed up with really bad people. Shush, baby, okay? And basically, during that time, she was on drugs. Her boyfriend at the time was seeing someone else, so she kind of went to go confront him. And she was there, the chick was there, and she said, you know what, I'm done with this. So she tried to drive away, and the chick jumped on her car, screaming and yelling, "She hit me!" And my mom has barely even turned on the car to move. And everybody is coming out of their house, seeing what's happening, and my mom gets arrested because she so happened to be on parole.
Oh,
dear.
okay. That's not what I expected.
No. Did you expect
That is also a different story for another time, but yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, hey, stories from another time fit what this movie is about. Like the fact that it's being narrated by an adult guy who's looking
Very
back at when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Mike didn't believe me was Richard Dreyfuss.
I did not. I did not recognize him in the car. And I also want to say, fuck you, Richard Dreyfuss, even though you are a good actor, but fuck you. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, calm down.
So, hey,
Okay.
credit must be where credit's due.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Whatever. I do want to say, like, another thing, when they run into the dog and then they find out about all the exaggeration of the dog, really not that big of a deal.
Just wants to play or bite somebody's ass, you know.
It's just cute because it fits very much of that kid mentality where, you know, things are exaggerated so much.
Like Sandlot, where they thought the dog was massive and everything.
That's what I said too. Sam.
Yeah.
James Earl Jones. He's
Oh, speaking of that, I just watched Mufasa today.
I'm sorry.
I gotta say how shitty that freaking junkyard owner is, the way he, like, just is cutting down the one kid's father for being a mental institution. Like, what a piece of shit.
That the yo mama jokes in here are perfect.
They were pretty funny.
That the narrator basically says, like, it was, how did he say? It was like a thing they did was highly recommended or highly sought, that insulting your mom was like a compliment. What did he say? I'm losing the word and I'm just jumping around it right now. Help me.
I can't remember either. I'm sorry. I'm trying to, and I'm watching the movie as we're talking. But I think that scene is also really good because it gives Corey Feldman's character a lot of heart to kind of see what he's going through. Like, you do, I think they talk about it earlier, how his ear was burned, but then, you know, you get more information where his father fought in World War II, which in this time wouldn't be that far away, like less than 40, I don't know, it was 44, like 15 years, a little less than that.
Yeah, like it gives like a brief history for him, like a quick background instead of doing a whole thing and stuff like that, like a brief thing. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I like that. I like how each character, each kid kind of gets a little bit background at different points of the movie of who they are.
Quick summary, just a quick thing here, there, and then it goes on with what's happening. I like how it does it as long as the movie, as it's going and stuff, as they're getting ready too.
You know, and it just has just so many sweet moments and so much of just the boys just walking through the woods.
Playing around, walking on the rails, just kind of like balancing, being outside like we used to be.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
you know what?
You're gonna show this movie to a modern kid because they wouldn't understand. They go, "Where's the Roblox? Where's the Minecraft?"
Oh my god, I'm gonna do a study now. I'm gonna show these to my girls when we're older. I'm gonna show it to my 13-year-old, my 11-year-old, and then my little ones later. See what happens.
Very curious to hear this now.
Check back in about 10 years.
Okay, you got it. But I am curious. I mean, I didn't really think about that, Phoebe, but you bring up a good point that, like, it's just such a different time. Like, even like this is the 50s and this came out in the 80s, so I mean this would fit for a lot of people, but like even to me it's like you just appeared for the weekend and your parents didn't wonder where the fuck you were.
Like I said, I did this like 8 or 9 years ago, but that's fine.
But you were an adult though 8, 9 years ago.
Yeah, but I told my mom I was one place, and she knows now that I was at a different place.
Okay. I mean, it's different when you're...
For me, for a couple of days, she'd freak out.
But it's different when you're a child. Like, I remember when I was a kid and I wanted to walk to a creek by myself, and my dad's like, you can't go until you're 12, 13. It wasn't that far. But little thing that always stuck with me.
Yeah, and that's
9 or
the
10
sad
probably.
thing is that we all have stories like this. We have stories like this, but I
Your
feel like
generation doesn't.
But the kids,
yeah, everybody from I don't want to say the 2000s, but the 2010s up
yeah,
will never have a
that
story
are
like
like,
this.
And I
We're
think
like
that-
the last generation where
Exactly.
this type of thing happens.
But also, like,
You're just like fucking around outside.
but also this is the time before, like, you know, and I mean, when we grew up, you didn't have cell phone, which I actually love the fact people have cell phones. You can keep track of somebody. So you don't have to go, hey, meet me at 2:00 over at here. And well, if you're not there, I got no way to contact you. So either I wait or I leave. Like,
Mike would be leaving. Mike would be like, I waited 5 minutes, let's go.
so I mean, I hated that idea. Like, you have to, you know, I was at early at places.
My
So,
parents drove around screaming my name, and this legit has happened.
I don't think my
They went
parents
up and down
ever did
every road. They eventually found me.
Well, that's good.
I mean, I think the bullies don't really do much in this other than Kiefer Sutherland being, and intimidating.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 movies I've seen him in on this podcast, well, I've seen him in 3 movies on this podcast, but 2 of them, he played the same type of character, a bully. One, he had fangs, and one, he has a switchblade.
He does in A Time to Kill.
You've seen 3.
Yeah, but Dark City, he did a lot of stuttering and a terrible, terrible accent. Oh, that movie.
Oh, that movie.
Can't believe that's on this podcast.
Hey, good movie.
It was a good movie. It's strange.
I felt
I wanted to. It got better when I watched second. It's a weird movie. You got to watch it twice. Yeah, you'll hear about that tomorrow. So I also want to say I really appreciate all the music in this movie because I didn't look this up, but I'm assuming everything is pre 1959. I know the Buddy Holly song was pre 1959 because he died in 1959. So
a Stand By Me song. Like,
Stand By Me, which plays at the end of this movie, is 61 or 62. But I mean, because I was like, I know this is not an 80s song because the beat is not 80s.
All these movies, all these songs are definitely from the 60s or beforehand, which makes sense because it's a movie based in 59.
A list of all the movies right too.
I think all the songs.
Songs. Sorry.
You're good. I think all the songs besides that one are from before. Because if you look at it, like most of the one thing I kind of judge in a movie like this is are the characters listening to the song too, or are the characters singing the song? Because then it has to fit the period. And in this movie, most of the songs that we hear besides "Stand by Me," they're singing or humming to, or somehow associated with.
Okay, I have looked up the movie soundtrack. This is amazing. Yeah. Every song on the soundtrack, except for the titular song, Stand By Me, is only from about 1 to 3 years before the kids go on their journey. So these would actually be songs that were currently hits on the radio.
Yeah.
Right, thank you. I was all staring at it too, and I did not know which year each one was from, and I was all
you're good. I knew just because I knew some of these songs, like for example, the Lollipop one, when they play that, the boys are singing it as we hear it.
Tiffany was singing it.
Yes, that too. But like it, they do a good job of letting you know, like, hey, this is part of the movie. Like, this is something that the characters are experiencing, not just the audience.
The really weird one that stuck with me was the yakety yak for all these years. Yeah, it was like in my head for years, and I couldn't remember till actually right now where that came from. And I've seen looking at it right now, I'm like, that's where have you been?
Yakety yak, don't come back. Some song, but
I think they also had a cartoon called that. Hold on.
Yes, they did on Nickelodeon, and the less we talk about that, the better.
All right. I never heard of it, so I can't say anything.
Me neither, but back to Stanton.
Oh,
I do like that River Phoenix's character is trying to get Gordy to be a writer, and he's like, hey, you're different than us. You're smarter. And I think that's really good when you look at like the father who... Because they never actually tell you how Gordy's brother died. That is never in this movie. At least not that I caught. Multiple people talk about him dying, but not one person mentions how he died.
No, but they do talk about his ability to play the sports ball, which, yes, that is accurate. That is all the small town people care about at times.
Maybe, how do you know this?
Oh, God, yeah.
I wonder how I know this.
Do you have a high school in your town?
Huh?
It's either big.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Do you guys have a high school in your town?
There is a school.
Okay.
They do, in fact, have the sports ball at this school.
Did you show up on Friday night for Friday Night Lights?
No, but that is a thing. It
know.
blew my mind when I first started hearing about that, and people will travel for hours to watch the
Well, I
high
mean,
schoolers and the
in
college students
Nebraska,
go do sports
traveling
ball.
4 hours is just like you went out to go get pizza, right?
Yes, actually.
No, I mean, they do that for here in California for baseball. The Dodger fans come from all over.
But that's for professional ball.
Yeah, but
Schoolers that are
still.
probably gonna blow out their knee and be a
No,
juggernaut.
I mean, they do actually come out for some college baseball teams out here a little bit. My uncle does travel to go see some of them too. He's a huge fan of baseball. He plays still to this day.
Some people love sports ball. I'm not a big sports guy.
You like the Vikings and you're from Milwaukee.
Yes, I do like the Vikings, but the way that I pay attention to a season is I look on ESPN to see if they won or lost. That's it. I don't watch the game, except for I will watch playoff games sometimes, but not really.
I only do baseball. And I only watch maybe a few teams, and that's it. But I'm not big into it. I used to play as a kid, softball, baseball, but then high school, it was all about boys. Well, I would say actually a little bit before high school. That's oh my god, my 13-year-old. Oh, God. Don't have kids if you're really young, kids. Don't be a fool. Rap is tool. Just in case.
I can't tell you how many people we know that don't understand that concept, so that are not young. So
My mom used to sit there and tell us, she pity a fool who don't rap his tool. And she would do the Mr. T voice and everything and did just, oh God.
No wonder nobody listened, huh?
To do the Mr. T voice.
It was like you had to every time, and she did the stance and tried to do the whole mom. It was even worse when my mom shaved her head and she actually, when she growing her hair back, she had a slight mohawk.
Oh my god, that is amazing.
She did it out of retaliation because my dad dyed his hair blonde because he got into a really big Eminem phase. So she said, fuck you, shaved her head, and my dad refused to be seen with what he said, a dye. And my mom was like, bitch, and cuddled him, kissed him, and did everything as much as she could. It was hilarious. It was the best.
Sounds like something I would do.
People are odd. Not your mother in this sentence, but... So I want to talk about that scene with the bridge. So I knew of this scene for a very odd reason. The only reason I knew that this scene existed, so I've never seen this film, was actually because there's somebody on Facebook that I follow, that I'm friends with, from one of the Facebook groups I'm part of, Classic Gamers Guild. He's an artist, and he drew a picture of this scene that Jerry O'Connell actually gave to Will Wheaton, or Will Wheaton gave Jerry O'Connell, I don't remember, on some talk show once, and which was filmed, and he shared the clip because he was all excited because it was his art. That's how I knew this scene. I guess so.
That's cool.
I can't remember how, but it was and this is a very realistic thing. Like, I remember walking over train bridges and being like, huh, and I remember checking the tracks to make sure there was no train coming.
You can hear a train coming if it's slightly humming a little bit. Oh, I remember hearing it.
I used to walk on the tracks all the time as a kid, and I look back and I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? But I always walking train tracks.
It's really funny.
Down the street from me.
It's really funny that he gets a sense that this train may or may not be coming, puts his hand on the rail, still isn't sure, looks, giant puff of smoke, and only then is he just like, oh.
Train! I told you it didn't work. He tried to be the smart person.
No, it did not work.
Hello, babe.
But
do the rails not vibrate? I thought they did.
They do.
They should.
I can guarantee you they do.
Then he should have been able to tell before looking at the smoke.
Yes.
Yeah, because when you're walking and the trains are coming, they're vibrating the metal, and the metal makes a loud ring and everything. You can hear it just even barely a mile away from it, too.
Yeah, you can tell.
I will at least be happy that this movie is all about the train tracks and everything, and I'm fairly certain we don't get the whole penny on the track thing.
No.
Oh,
that would have been great.
Well, to be fair, a penny was a lot of money at this time.
Fair, but it just feels like everything that has a train track as part of its major story does that type of scene. It's almost like a trope at this point, and it's nice not seeing it for once.
I did it when I was a kid. I put a penny or a quarter on the to watch it get run over later. Spends a lot of time on train tracks, babe. Spends a lot of time on train tracks.
We used to put rocks and watch them explode.
I never did that. I took rocks off of it because I thought they would derail the train. So I was the guy that would have been moving stuff off. I was a good kid.
Hey. I was a good... Okay, I may have not been the best kid, but I was better than my sister.
Should I ask Mario his opinion?
Oh, yeah, he'll say it's me all day. Speaking of which, babe, get in here and say I was better. Get back here! Don't walk away.
He runs.
And he's like, I'm not dealing with this.
You'll hear this later. It's okay.
He let the dog in just so that he can just go away because
I'm not going to say he let the dog out.
Well, he's going to be sleeping with the dog now.
So I want to when they're cooking, what are they cooking sausages that they bought then at the general store?
Yeah, they made little balls of hamburger.
Oh, that's what they're eating.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the provisions, fudge, fuck.
Okay, I wasn't
No,
sure.
never mind.
And this is when they have the really weird part of this movie that it's there, but I don't know if I guess it just fits kids being kids. The whole like pie eating contest story.
Oh,
Trying to figure out, like, every time he says done, he's eaten like 5 bites. Aren't you supposed to eat the whole thing?
One, I've never been in any kind of eating contest, nor will I be. So
2 bites. I'm full.
I could do it. I could do it,
Spitting on me.
but I could do it, but I don't want to. I just never have.
Yeah,
I never
and
will.
then you would be violently ill, and I had to clean it up.
Yes, I would be violently ill. But also,
yeah, they make people sick.
like the whole drinking castor test, like that's also just everything with this is so strange. It's just strange.
Oh,
What it's supposed to be? It's supposed to be a story.
Yeah, well, was it supposed to give revenge back on the people making fun of him because he was supposed to be so big every time he walked? The band would do boom, bada boom, or like make the noise with the what is that big one? Yeah, thank you.
There's
Thank
no
you.
way he weighed 180 pounds. He had to have weighed more than
Oh
It's
yeah.
just-
He could have
Yeah.
also been big bone, like they said. It was a thyroid problem, and
Yeah.
I mean, it also fits kids that are 12, 13-year-olds telling a story where they're going to make fun of somebody being heavy set. So,
Like I
it's
said,
just a
we did that
goofy
with
part
my
of the
mom.
movie.
It's a change.
No, I know. It's just a very goofy part. The whole thing with like his whole idea is that he was going to vomit, so then everybody else is going to vomit, and
And everybody
Oh my god, that was horrible.
was like, "Yeah."
Just think, I'm literally just got my food and we just had to talk about this part too. I can't eat.
I forget what movie I watched for this podcast where I was trying to eat and I lost my appetite like immediately. I know, but I can't remember what movie it was. It was a horror movie. I just know there was one I remember like, oh, I'm done. I just couldn't eat. So
Oh,
movies can do that too.
yeah.
Razor?
Might have been Hellraiser 1. Yeah.
7?
So, no, it was 7. 7, I knew what to expect. Hellraiser 1, I didn't. But no, so like this scene makes sense when you look at what word do I want here? No, concept? You look at it as a story being told by kids to other kids. The story then makes sense. Otherwise, it's just odd that it's in this movie. But again, the whole point of it is to be that the kids are connected.
But they were right, it needs a better ending.
Yeah, I thought that was funny where they're like, this ending is dumb.
Yeah.
And is castor oil even a thing anymore?
Yes, my grandma told me to drink castor oil to hurry up my pregnancy.
Oh,
I sat there looking at the text message. I was like, is castor oil even a thing anymore? I was like, damn, grandma.
I mean, there are other I mean, the baby will come out eventually.
I was like already 3 to 4 days late because she did not want to come yet. So I was walking around. I was eating hot sauce. We were doing things. Not gonna say what.
It does
Yeah,
help.
we were trying to get. Well, and it didn't help too because Mario was only able to stay with me for just a little bit when it all happened. And then he had to come back up to, I had to stay with my mom. So after that, I was just waiting in a stressful environment, walking around all the time. So I scheduled a C-section and said, get her out of me.
I
was done.
don't blame you.
Yeah.
I've only been through one of that with someone, and it seemed like a lot.
You weren't even in the delivery room.
I was.
You were?
Yeah, I was
You
with her.
said you weren't.
No, I was there.
They will always say that.
I
They
was
don't.
there. No, I stayed with her the whole time. I got yelled at a lot and called lots of names. I remember that, but I was there.
You would have.
I wish
Oh, yeah.
I could have been able to yell at Mario when it all happened.
That is fair.
I was on. Yo, you're good. Anyways, go on. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just going to say, like, in this part with the vomiting, like, they're talking about, like, the smell. There's something about this. I do not like the smell of vomit. Everything with vomit just...
Doesn't
bothers me.
anybody?
I can handle it.
Well, she can handle it. I can't. I have to, like, even when I'm my own vomit, like when I was sick here not too long ago, I had to close my eyes when I vomited because when I look at the vomit, I'm going to vomit more.
Oh, Tiff, you have a
Right?
superpower there.
Okay, so do you want to know what really grosses me out, which is stupid?
Sure, go ahead.
Somebody like pops up a big loogie, and I'm talking about just spitting into a cup. I'm like, I gotta go.
And this is the woman that can handle. She works in assisted living, so she's handled shit on the walls, shit on the ceiling.
And if I have to like hold the cup they're spitting into, I have to look away.
Is it like because they're like going deep, doing that whole deep throat grabbing of that snot and
hates
stuff? Yeah, okay, I can understand. I'm up there with you.
Good thing I don't chew tobacco. Or I wouldn't have a life, would I?
Oh my god. I'd be like,
I don't chew tobacco nor smoke, but chewing seems almost uglier than. I also learned to really hate chewing tobacco when I worked at the Mall of America and I used to clean up shit. And you would like, I just want to be like, I want to slap people because I would drive a truck around and suck up shit. And also, that's when I learned a lot of people piss in bottles.
No, oh my god, my
bottles?
Everything. I mean, I'm like, why are people pissing in bottles and leaving it in the parking lot? Like, there's just throw it in the fucking car. Like, why are you leaving the parking lot? Oh man, I used to suck them up every night, every single fucking night. That was over 8 years ago, and I'm still bitching about it.
You want that? If I had to do something like that, no, fuck no.
I mean, I was in a truck. I just drove over with a truck and then whoop right in the back of the truck, but it just pissed me off.
Just the thought of it is just still.
It's just the fact that, like, I thought it would be more of a unique thing, and then he found out it's a very common thing that people do. Hell, there's a friend of mine had when one of his roommates moved out, he ended up finding jugs of piss in the room.
Oh,
They left for him.
Okay,
So-
that makes me big.
Yeah. I was like, why didn't the guy just throw it away? And he's like, laziness. So,
laziness. That is a great excuse.
he wasn't the one doing it. He was the one that found it, unhappily.
Jesus.
But no, people, I don't get people. Like, I mean, I'm lazy to a degree, but I ain't that lazy.
That's just. Oh, I don't even have words.
So another scene in this movie is like when they're going after they spend the night in the woods, which I think each one keeps watch. Except I'm not sure. Oh yeah, they get scared, then they start keeping watch, and they give the guy a gun. Like, you don't need to be holding the gun.
So the coyotes or whatever, they got scared.
I think so.
Where did they get the gun again?
River Phoenix's character took it from his dad.
Oh, okay, that's right.
But I mean, like, why are you carrying a gun around? I mean, the gun does help him out later, but I don't know. I don't like guns personally. I never did. Yeah, I don't know. I just like that part when he shoots the gun off, where when he's like, "Oh, it's not loaded." I was thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure he just didn't check the chamber.
Yeah,
he
always assume it's loaded.
Yeah, well, also open your gun. Like,
Either he doesn't know or he just doesn't care.
I'm gonna go. He didn't know because he just checked. Well, I don't think it's not a clip, but he just checked the bullets. He didn't check the chamber. Yeah,
It's a good thing that even though Vern is the scaredy cat of their group, he doesn't have a trigger finger.
God,
they all would have woke up real fast.
Jesus.
And then I do like the part when they're walking on the train tracks, and you eventually get to where they're like, "Hey, we need to cut through the woods to get there faster." Because, otherwise we got to go all the way around. And, like, walking through a swamp is fucking awful. So I actually did this dumb shit close to this once. Before I met Tiff, I was down by the Minnesota River, and I'm on one side of the swamp area. I'm like, I need to get the other side. It's getting dark. I want to go home. My phone battery's dying. And I say, well, I'm just going to walk across. I'll be all right. And it was a swamp. I'm like, it's not so bad. It ended up going past my knees in mud.
Oh, no, thank you.
But I got to the point, and that happened in the middle. Like, there's no, I couldn't go back. I just had no choice but to go forward. It was awful. I remember just covered in mud, got back to my car, my phone battery's dead, just drove back to my apartment, just sad and upset.
Oh, it was soon.
Yeah, it was.
Did you have any leeches on you?
Well, it wasn't. It was bad. Like, I was just so. No, there were no leeches. But I did when I was a kid, we used to, the first time I ran into leeches was when we had creeks down in Milwaukee, and they flooded when we had some rainstorms. And then when I was down there later on, like, that's when I first found leeches. And I remember, I don't know why me and my father did this, but we were catching worms, and I put the leeches in the same container as the worms.
Oh
that
my
didn't
God.
end well for the worms. I didn't do it on purpose either. I was just catching things. Well, apparently I was feeding things too, apparently. So, but yeah, I got a leech on my arm. I remember by accident. I'm like, oh, those little fuckers are not nice.
I am very, very happy not to ever run into leeches.
Same.
they're not. This is not far off from how it really is. I mean, it's a little exaggerated, but they
I
are
don't
like
think that's really exaggerated. I think any kid that age or any male person would react that way if something was attached to a body part down there.
Yeah. No, I mean just in general, like how quickly they get on them. That's a little exaggerated, I think.
Yeah, especially like through the clothes and everything.
Yeah, that's a little
Yeah.
exaggerated.
Or is that
They
real?
would be on your arms and stuff for sure, and whenever you have exposed skin, they wouldn't be under all the clothes in that amount of time. Yeah, no, it would have just been on their arms. Because, like, I know, like, I had dealt with leeches a little bit, and, like, they would be on your, they wouldn't be, I don't think they would be able to get under your clothes and
They would
everything like
just
this.
swim under the clothes somehow, unless the clothes were like very loose on the kids and stuff. Then I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been one thing if they would have stripped down to their underwear, then went in the water, which they didn't do. Then it would have made more sense. But the fact that, I mean, but it's not far off. And it's a good scene, too, to kind of have the kids go through a little bit of trauma before they get to their final destination.
Yeah.
But no, I do like that scene when they're all like, I wonder, and he opens up and it's just, pretty much he has a leech attached to his dick or his balls. It was a funny part. Like, I was like, and he just faints. Like, yeah, that's fair.
It seemed like that was a lot of blood.
Yeah, that was a lot more blood than what you should have from a leech.
Is it?
I think so.
Down there.
I haven't either, but I had a leech on my arm. Didn't bleed. And they have leeches on their body they take off.
There's a lot of blood flow down.
There can be, So, is it bad that the first thing when I saw leeches came to my mind was Metal Gear Solid 3 and using a cigar to get them off?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I thought.
Of course it was.
I love that game so much. That game is amazing. A lot. And my Funko Pop, it still hasn't shipped yet.
I get that.
It's okay.
Are you actually getting a black-eyed kid of Naked Snake?
Yes, I am.
Maybe. He possibly is.
Possibly, but never shows up.
I ordered it, but then there was a thing today where it's like, yeah, your shipment didn't ship yet. Is that okay if we ship it in April? And I was like, if I find it, I'm canceling this and buying it myself. I do want it. I want my little scary-eyed Funko Pop. Hey, if I ever meet David Hayter, he's signing that Naked Snake Funko Pop if I get it.
Well, the first step is realizing that you have a problem.
Maybe you've seen pictures of my basement.
I have.
It's
You
my
have many a Funko.
I have too many.
Yeah, you're up there with my brother-in-law, man.
I have a problem. I'll admit it. I'm aware.
The first step to recovery is admitting. So
I did. I bought her a Miss Pac-Man Funko Pop, and I kind of regret that decision that time.
They're so ugly. Their eyes stare into my soul. And now we have probably about 1,000. So
Yeah, I have a few signed.
yeah, me too.
I have a couple more gonna get signed. I have a Ranger Slayer Funko Pop that Kimberly Joe Johnson's coming this year to Twin Cities Con. I'm gonna have her sign that.
Oh, that's going to be amazing.
I'm so excited to have her sign that one. I have a regular Pink Ranger, but I really, really like Ranger Slayer in the coinless world, so she's signing that.
You should say please first.
Of course I will say, after I handed the money to the handler, of course I'll say please, but
We are not here for Power Rangers. Don't make me buy Power Ranger comics, Mike.
you don't need to. They are good though. They are really good. Well, I think that just leeching, and then they finally do get to the body in the so that's when because the bullies are in this movie off and on, but they really don't ever meet up with the kids other than one part early in the movie. They're mostly just not there. They're just being idiots. Like when they're giving themselves a tattoo, like with a razor blade guys there. I mean, they might care when they get sick and infected. Oh, so I got a question. Do you think that deer scene is real, or do you think that's him embellishing as a writer?
I think the deer scene is real.
Okay. I mean, deer do that.
Mike, you didn't really explore the outer areas of Boston, but if you ever go to the Blue Hills, there are deers up there, or there is deer up there, and you can also stand there and see the entirety of Boston and the surrounding area. It's only like an hour away, but there's deer and other animals still wandering around.
I mean, I get deer here, but I can't get near them, unfortunately.
Nah, deer are everywhere.
Oh yeah, deer come into our backyard where I used to live in the mountains all the time. They're not scared of us.
I like deer a lot. I feed deer sometimes. Mostly I feed squirrels. Possums, apparently. I had 2 possums yesterday that my dog scared off, and I felt terrible. Poor possums.
Well, they might
I
be.
love possums. They're ugly and adorable at the same time.
Right.
I like them a lot. I like all animals.
Just babies, and then they like.
They're still cute.
The babies are adorable.
I know.
So one thing I was thinking about, when they do finally find the dead body, that body's not that decomposed yet, and it feels like it should be. It's been a few days.
Yeah.
But I guess the movie's like,
Especially
yeah,
with
we don't
some
want to
of
do
those-
that. They're like, this ain't gonna work.
The animals would have gotten to it. The bugs would have eaten a little bit more. There would have been more wear and tear. Yeah.
And the idea that they're gonna build a stretcher and then pull this body back for like a frick, like, my God, like, oh, look, we found this kid. Did you murder him? That for sure, but here we got the body. Like,
God.
Yeah, getting hit by a train, I feel like that body would be a lot more fucked up, but
Right?
Oh yeah.
who knows?
Was
I mean, I
the
guess it
dumbest
depends
way
on
to
how
die.
you got hit. If you got hit and then like ricocheted off it and then hit your head and then died, but I mean, I guess he didn't go under it, because if you went under it, it wouldn't be a complete body.
It'd be in pieces or just.
I mean, it's probably quick though.
Fine red mist.
Yes. I know the first time I rode a train, I went to Chicago from Milwaukee, and we hit a jogger. I'll never forget that.
Oh
No.
my god, what?
Scary.
Yeah, we hit a person. So we were stuck there for 2 hours. I remember that too as a kid, being like, what the? I'm like, come on now, like,
What
Here
the
we go.
fuck?
I was a
Whoa.
kid. I didn't understand what really happened. I was old enough to know better, but I just wanted to leave. So I just always remember that. I was very upset.
I would have cried.
I was a cynical kid.
Cynical, though.
Yes, I am. Yeah, that's just what I was thinking of. But no, I'm pretty sure your body would be a lot more mangled. But I think, again, for the movie, they didn't want to go that, and that's fine. Like, I do like the fact that they don't take the body with them. They're like, no, we'll just go make an anonymous phone call so that someone gets the body.
Well, yeah, because how are they gonna pull it? Like it's a dead weighted body. They're gonna pull over on train tracks. What about the bridge scene? How are they gonna? What if it gets caught?
That gets he's even more dead.
Well, then you just leave on the bridge.
Yeah,
And you just go your way. Hey, the train might bring it to you, depending on how you set it up. You know, if it hits it right, it can just push it across the bridge.
There you go. Get Red Dead Redemption it. Just lasso the body to it and just kind of let it flow in the wind.
I love that that's an achievement for tying somebody up and putting them on the train tracks.
Oh
It's
my
Red
god,
Dead.
is it? I need to do
Yeah,
it
it's
now.
called
I'm trying to do
Dastardly.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, babe.
Red Dead's a really good game. But also, like, when they do run into the bullies finally, and like when he pulls the gun on Kiefer Sutherland, and like that's a very good scene that where Gordy's finally, you know, kind of doing something that's outside his character. But also, I think Kiefer Sutherland meant to kill River Phoenix. Like, he was like, I'll kill you, I don't care. Oh yeah, he does play chicken in that one scene with it. Yeah, that was like, what the fuck, people.
Like that's his entire life is calling people's bluff.
Oh.
Seeing what happens.
Yeah, no wonder he became a vampire, huh? Called the guy's bluff and he lost, huh?
Oh my god.
I know it's funny.
The fact that two of the same actors are in this movie that are in that movie kind of was like, I wasn't expecting that.
I kind of forgot
tried-
about it until you said it.
I try not to look up stuff for this show too much. No, I don't look up anything for movies that we're going to cover on this podcast. I try not to. I mean, some I know, of course, because of just osmosis, but I do my best not to get more information and go in as blind as I can.
I like knowing the little things behind it.
I do after I watch the movie, a lot of times. I didn't watch anything for this movie,
Yeah.
but I try to.
Yeah.
I like to watch it.
I did. I just was shy to say stuff, even though I talk a lot.
You've been wonderful to have on.
Thank you.
And you make Tiffany happy. She got very excited when you joined this cast.
Oh yeah, I love you too, babe. I'm not
Aww.
shy when it comes to you.
Hey, if we ever end up in that area of California, I would definitely meet you too. So
Oh yeah, you have no idea how many times Mario says we should move towards you guys.
Yes, do it.
Minnesota's a nice state, so I will say
Do it.
that.
Let's just all take over.
Okay,
All of the
maybe.
podcasts
I'll
Hey, I'm trying to get Joe to move up here too, because I don't think Kansas is the safest state for him either. So
Wait, is he in Kansas?
Kansas or Missouri?
I was
Kansas
gonna say, I
City.
thought it was Missouri.
He's probably Missouri. Yeah, he's in Kansas City, Missouri.
That's so fucking confusing.
I just want to get out of California, man. It's just getting bad here.
Isn't it bad everywhere?
Yes. Hey, we
Yes,
can go to the new
but-
51st state, Canada, instead. How about that?
No joke, that has actually been a thought.
Oh my god. I've been thinking about that for a long time before that happened. Then I said, fuck, never mind. I'm just moving to a different country. I'm thinking of going to Japan.
No.
I'll
You
come
go
with
to
you,
you go to
let's go.
Canada, and then when they annex themselves again, you're already in there.
Oh,
I just want-
fine.
How about we just trade? Minnesota can become part of Canada. I'll be okay with that, actually.
Yeah.
And I just
There we
can't
go.
go to Wisconsin. I'll live with it. So
There we go. I mean, that sounds like a decent trade.
We'll just split a few of the states. Yeah, some of the northern states like Maine and all those, and Massachusetts, they can all go to Canada. California and Washington, and they'll go to Canada, and the rest can just go live in their bullshit that they voted for. So
The good parts of New England can defect.
That's great.
But so back to this movie. I think the last stuff is also really good. Like, they have a lot of good scenes afterwards. Like after they talk about how they walk back and then when he starts narrating the end, he's like, yeah, Vern and I forgot the other kid's name. They're like, we just stop talking to them. You just kind of move on, and that happens.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like it kind of hurt my heart. Like,
I mean,
Yeah, it hits you in the feels hard.
yes. And it's real. Like, it happens as a kid. It happens as an adult. I mean, I have had multiple friends on this podcast that I don't talk to anymore. Like, it happens. And it's like, it can happen for the weirdest reason as just people just move on. And that's part of life.
That I still think about.
Like, I still talk to a couple of my friends from schools when I was a kid, but a lot of them, like, we moved on with our lives. Things just kind of change.
I try to reach out as much as possible. I have a tendency to be quiet for a little bit and then just randomly send you a random video that I did to my friend of a wizard singing about something. I can't remember specifically what it was, but it made me die laughing. So I sent it to him and I was like, hey, Hayden, haven't talked to you in a while. Here's a wizard. Bye.
I love
That's one
that.
reason I love Facebook, because it keeps me connected with people. Even if I don't really talk to them, I can see kind of what they're up to, and you just have that somewhat of a connection.
Yeah, I'll randomly get also another message from my friend Cowboy. He's in he's touring with his friend right now. They do this country singing. I'm not a country person. I'm sorry. I can't do country very much. Very, very selected songs. But I, support my friends and stuff, and he's the same exact way. I'll send him random ass stuff too. It's just great. I love sending random things to people.
You just keep that connection. I mean, that's why I enjoy Facebook. Because like I said, I keep in contact with people I wouldn't be in contact.
Very much, especially when they move far.
Yeah, it's a very good ending. I felt like to this movie when he's like, yeah, we haven't talked, and then he talks about River Phoenix's character, how he was just killed in a diner like a month ago or a year ago or something recently when he's writing this book. Kind of what inspired it.
That was the sad part. Because wasn't he trying to be like a hero or something, trying to save somebody, and then he got stabbed?
Yeah, he was just trying to stop an argument. Like a very generic argument, and instead gets a knife in the throat.
Oof.
I mean, it is America, so it fits. But it wouldn't be a knife. I feel like it'd be a gun nowadays.
Oh, don't say that.
But then again, a lot of people do carry knives depending on what state you're in, right, Phoebe?
Can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay.
California for sure.
Let's rephrase. I refuse to answer that.
So
All bad.
it's just a really good. And then, like, I also think another thing, like, where Richard, then it goes to Gordy as an adult, who's the Richard Dreyfuss character, and he's just finishing his book, and he's like, I haven't even thought about him until, we haven't seen each other in a decade, then he dies, and now I think that's how it happens sometimes. Like, we move on with our life, we have kids, we get married, like, and then something happens, and then it brings you back. Like, that's kind of what this whole movie is about bringing them back to when this one weekend as kids.
Something like that similar kind of happened to me. There was this girl that my sister went to high school with, and unfortunately she got caught up with some bad people and got murdered in an abandoned house. And yeah.
What the hell?
Real quick.
What?
I said that got dark real quick.
Yeah, sorry. I was just like,
That's all right.
It was just randomly brought up again. I was just like, oh my God, that's right. And my sister went to high school with her and everything. I mean, it is just crazy because we haven't thought about them in so long. And my sister was a good friend of hers, and then they just stopped talking. And I was just like, holy shit. Excuse me?
Life happens like that, though. Like it just kind of does sometimes. Like the friend that when I would have been this age that did a lot of these things that I was talking about. Like I'm friends with him on Facebook. We don't really talk much. We haven't talked in years. He was at my wedding, but otherwise we don't really talk. So, that's just life. We just kind of moved on. But sometimes, like, you get together and it feels like it's like no time has changed. When we got together for my wedding, we hadn't seen each other in over, like, 15 years. And we're sitting there talking about Pokemon Go and sharing what we had. And just, like, it was just like no time had passed at all. So, but that's what this movie made me think about, too. And I like it because when he's writing the book, he also, like, he goes out and plays with his kid, and that's the very last scene of this movie.
And the next generation's gonna have their own little adventures.
I mean, it's the 80s. People still had adventures. I mean, now it would be two people playing their iPads, right?
Yeah,
They're playing Roblox.
that's the sad thing.
Well, no, it would be the 90s, so it would still be kind of this, yes. I don't think it's sad. I like it that we're in an electronic age. I will die on that hill.
I mean, I was born when when we were starting to get all the good technology stuff, but my mom made us, go outside, grow up with the old stuff. We didn't get phones until we were like 12. And the only phones we got was because we found them on the train tracks, actually. I remember this. We were walking along the train tracks, me and my sister, and we were going for a good little minute, and we found these phones. We're like, what the fuck? And we were so excited because they were like the new Razor phones, the flip ones, the Razors,
yes.
the blue and red ones and stuff, okay? And we were like, holy shit, my mom never wanted to get us buy one because they were expensive. And so we're like, fuck yeah. Okay, so we took them back. We switched the SIMs and we found out who they were later on. We never said nothing.
Drug dealers?
No, it was these two girls down the street from us. Yeah, I guess they lost it. So we were like, snooze, you lose. Sorry, but we're poor.
How did you drop your phone on the train track? I don't know. I have killed multiple phones when I was younger, but
we even went through them just to make sure there was no incriminating stuff on it, because we were like, why the fuck were they there? It must have been they just dropped it while they were playing on the train tracks too, because there's a lot of houses up on the hills along where the tracks were, so it could have been like they threw them or they weren't really damaged. I don't know exactly, but the train tracks provides.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was my train track story.
No, I like it. I mean, hey, the train track stories fit what we're talking about perfectly. So, Phoebe, since you're the only real big Stephen King fan with me right now, have you ever read this story that it's based on?
I, surprisingly enough, have not, or at least I don't have memory of it. I don't even think it's in... He made like a little compilation book at one point called Stephen King Goes to the Movies, where he collected 6 or 7 of his short stories and novellas that were turned into movies, and I'm not even sure if this is in it, which is hilarious because the Mangler is in there.
Okay. I've never read any of his work. I've only ever bought one book of his. I bought that for someone else to read.
But looking up the original short story while we've been recording, it is pretty 1-to-1.
Cool.
The only things that are really missing are like nothing was added for the movie. It was more like 1 or 2 things were taken out. First of all, Jordy has released a story before he tells them the story of Lardass. He got like a short story published in the local newspaper, and he talks about that. But then the other thing is, in the movie, Ace talks about how there's going to be repercussions for pointing the gun at him. And in the book, there actually are repercussions for pointing the book at him. Besides that, everything is pretty much exactly the same when it happens and how it happens.
What were the repercussions?
Just severe beatings.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I mean, there's no...
I mean, it's not like... Yeah, it's a Stephen King book. As long as they didn't, try to carve into one of their tummies like in It, that's really good. Like, Ace is probably the most tame of the Stephen King bullies.
That's just sad. Yeah, I forgot that they did that in It.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, any last things you guys want to say about this movie?
It's so weird knowing that this is a Stephen King thing because there's no racism in it.
No? All right, we should go to Shelf Stacker Box. Right, and Tiffany, why don't you go first?
It's between Shelf and
Your choice. You gotta pick one.
Oh,
We gotta pick one.
Shelf.
All right, I'll go next. I'm gonna put this on the shelf too. I really enjoyed this movie. I came into it completely blind, and I was like, "Why have I never seen this before?" So I really enjoyed it. I'm glad that thanks to patrons, I finally watched this.
Excuse me, it was on my poll.
So thank you, patrons. So
Thank you, Tiff.
See, somebody
Thank
appreciates
you.
me.
and Phoebe.
I was originally going to put this on the stack, but I'm actually going to put it on the shelf. Everybody, at least up until a certain generation, has similar stories to this. We've all been in some type of weird situation with our friends, and this is just a really nice movie that is a bunch of little vignettes about those stories. It's a nice little time capsule, and everybody should watch it at least once.
I agree.
Do you remember when I first saw this?
What?
I think they played it in my school.
Oh, okay.
Who knows what class? Probably the teacher was sick. Watch this movie.
I mean, they did that. I mean, I saw Labyrinth when I was in elementary school. It's the first time I saw that movie. They brought us all into like the auditorium and they played that movie, and I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Wait, what movie?
Labyrinth.
Oh,
With
you're a whole
Ants,
school.
Magic Ants. Yeah, I
That's
don't know why.
Oh, I wish my school was this cool. It's not.
So yeah. All right, and Sierra, what about you?
Wait, what again? I'm sorry, I blinked out.
A shelf stacker
Stacker
box.
box.
Shelf. Okay, I would have it on the shelf because I prior to you guys saying it again, I haven't really thought about it until now, and then now all I want to do is watch it again and again, and now I want to show my daughter when she comes for the summer. So I'm gonna just have it on the shelf now. I'm gonna go probably rent it again or buy it so I can have it now. It's such a good movie. It always reminds me of sitting with my mom and my sister watching it. Always has great memories. Funny memories when we would sit and do the noises to my mom and she'd get pissed off and we run away. So I would have it on the shelf. It's a good one to watch a lot.
All right. Yeah, I think let's go to plugs then. And Phoebe, where can people find you at?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch as the Let's Play Princess, currently playing Okage, Shadow King, 13 Sentinels,
Forever.
and Slitterhead. Yeah, those games are long. You can also find me on Nerds of Broadcast, a podcast that I do with my buddy Teacher Bloke85. And finally, you can find me on wonderful podcasts like this, Gamer Looks at 40, and Jack Billing Presents King of the Big House.
We are both on that one.
Yeah, and I get to play an awesome, fun, clown-like creature.
Oh, I gotta hear this now.
Yeah, I'm on there too as I don't even know. So
A person who helps people figure out their shoe sizes by questionable means.
You have a foot fetish?
Yes,
that's neither here nor there, but that's the other podcast that I'm on sometimes. Also, Gamer Looking Forward, I pop up on there sometimes. All right, and then Sierra, where can people find you at?
You can find me usually bullying Mario on our podcast, Biased Gamings, and that's really it.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say.
No, you're fine. I just wanted you to plug the show. And if you enjoyed this episode, over 750 episodes of this podcast. We do movies, TV shows, comics, games, all sorts of content. If you want to go on Pod, you can search and type it in. You never know what you're going to find. We do lots of odd things, like Dark City we did. So we do a lot of odd movies, a lot of odd games. Never know. Yeah, I just do whatever people convince me to or I convince people to talk about with. If you want to support the show, we do a Patreon. You can vote for little dollar. We have 1 to 2 polls every month. You get to affect the show. You get to make things happen. So if you don't, they don't always happen. And if you want to chat with us, if you want to be on the show, if you want to lurk, I don't care. I'm fine with that. Join our Discord. It's free. And you can just things on the show I will someday get to. Someday. So, and want to give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro, courtesy of Helena at Hell Has Freak. Follow her on TikTok and Instagram. And check out A Gamer Looks at 40 with Bill Tucker. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only, and rate and views wherever you get your podcast. I think that's everything I need to say, so we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good day.
Bye. Au revoir.